As a trucking industry leader, a wife, and a mother, I agree with the fact that truck safety is not debatable. I want safe roads for my family, just like you do. And this is the reason why I am against the false security of an electronic onboard recorder mandate. Electronic onboard recorders, known as Eobrs, will not force bad actors to comply with the law. Considering Eobrs are merely a device, they cannot teach safety or change the behavior of bad actors. Do Eobrs prevent unsafe carriers from continuing to be unsafe? No. In fact, I've had a few of my own drivers tell me about companies which run Eobrs bragging about running as a team. And there's a single driver in that truck, a ghost rider, so to speak. By this example, you can see electronic logs can easily be manipulated by bad actors. Law enforcement tends to be overconfident when they view a truck that has a sticker on the side that says, "This vehicle is equipped with electronic logs." Safety must be built into the culture of a company. Eobrs do not teach safety, character, or personal accountability. Only trucking company leaders can instill these traits into their company and drivers. It is unfortunate, but I believe many large carriers are looking for the easy way to riches. They would rather purchase a machine to manage their drivers rather than taking the personal responsibility to do the training and mentoring themselves. The industry needs to take personal responsibility for safety and not push this responsibility onto a machine. Some carriers believe that if every carrier was mandated to run Eobrs, that they will see their driver turnover decline. Considering there is currently a huge driver shortage, big carriers are looking to level the playing field by tricking Congress into believing this mandate is about safety. I have faith that Congress can see through these lies. As you can see, this mandate is less about safety and more about financial gain. Some carriers currently running Eobrs have the worst safety ratings in the industry. This fact already proves that Eobrs, a mandate, will not improve safety on our country's roads. Compliance of the hours of service is already the law, and we support the hours of service. However, to assume that professional truck drivers are breaking the law by running more hours than allowed is an insult to the amazing safety record professional truck drivers have already achieved. And considering the average age of the professional truck driver in our country is 55 years old, Eobrs will allow companies to harass the aging driver force into driving more hours than they can physically manage. Drivers should not fear losing their jobs because they do respect safety and they do shut down when they are tired.
My name is Red Pop. I've been a driver since 1978. I'm 56 years old. And I'm here to speak on my opinion of the onboard recorders. As a driver, one of my concerns or fears is that if the onboard recorders are implemented in the trucks, that the large corporations will be mandating or forcing drivers, no matter what the reason, to drive their full 11 hours. And there are days, as someone that's 56 years old, I don't think that it's physically safe to be on the road at age 56 for 11 hours.
A study done by Virginia Tech says that 78% of fatal truck crashes are actually caused by the passenger vehicle. That leaves 22% of those crashes the fault of the truck driver. Of that 22%, only 2% of them were actually contributed to fatigue driving. Since the hours of service changes in 2004, our industry has seen nothing but safety improve. We've had a 41% decrease in the fatalities involving large trucks, a 33% decrease in the amount of injuries involving large trucks. It seems to us that this $2 billion mandate should be replaced by a $2 billion mandate for education for the motoring public, the passenger car drivers, to educate and make them aware of how to drive around big trucks. I'm a mother and I'm on the roads every day. I would much rather share the roads with my very own drivers that I work with every day, the truck drivers that are in our company. Drivers take their jobs seriously. They protect everyone on the road with the same amount of care they would their own wives and children. This mandate will not eliminate fatigue. The only benefit of using these devices is for carriers to micromanage their drivers, and even as we've heard, push their drivers farther than they feel comfortable. Carriers that are not in compliance with the hours of service today will just find new tricks to use with onboard recorders. The only accurate information that can be obtained from an onboard recorder is the driving time. As these devices, they can only determine when the engine is engaged. The computer cannot tell if the driver is being truthful about his or her time spent on duty or at a shipper or receiver loading or unloading. The time a driver gets the most fatigued is when he could be helping to load or unload his shipment. Shippers and receivers can take hours to actually unload depending on what the driver is delivering to them. We have heard many horror stories of drivers being pushed past their abilities in their fatigue because they still had available driving time left on their clock. Electronic onboard recorders, they are nothing more than an overpriced time clock to micromanage their fleets. Eobrs, they might be a great way to micromanage drivers, and they might be a great way to use every last second of driving to the advantage of the carrier, the shipper, and the receiver. This efficiency will only cause more fatigue and safety issues. Safety and health are values that shouldn't ever be compromised in anyone's life. Why would we want to do this to our truck drivers?
The fact that some industry organizations downplay the cost of the Eobr mandate is quite frightening. My company would be looking at over $100,000 to place these units into all 50 of our trucks. This amount is more than our bottom line was last year. This price does not include the monthly service charge to run these units or any additional repair costs. The proposed Eobr mandate is just too expensive for the small carrier, and it will not improve safety. Our country's trucking industry is small business. 97% of all trucking companies run under 20 trucks. Congress does have an important job, and that job is to keep what our country was founded on alive and well, small business. Small truckers cannot afford this mandate. Please help us stay in business, and even more important, help us keep our families safe on the roads by saying no to the false security of an Eobr mandate. Thank you.